For Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, May 30th of 2021. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives to create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Today's topic is letting go of attachments. And, it can also be called letting go of cause and effect and our ideas around cause and effect, and dropping into a deeper trust. It can also be called as we're ushered into a new era of peace, which I've been getting more and more senses, downloads, direct downloads. We've been hearing for a while that we're leaving this era that has not worked and has led our world into an unsustainable environment of competition, of violence, of fear and lack and scarcity and survival of the fittest in the harshest form of that expression. And we're leaving that. We're leaving that because it has not been sustainable, and the world is righting itself, writing itself to move us all as one collective body into an era of peace and compassion and unity, one that is sustainable, one where we can all live as one body. But a lot of what we have taken for granted has got to change. It is not sustainable and has not been for a long time. And so it's got to change. And along with it, if we want to live and experience life in this new era of peace, which I think most of the people on this call have been wanting to do for quite some time, if we want to, then there are a lot of things about our ideas and our senses, our values that we have to shift that don't fit within the world of sustainability, of peace, of compassion, of unconditional love, of unity, of the notion of we are all one. When we are all one, just think of the number of things in your life, ideas that you've been programmed with from day one of your birth that don't fit into that. And we're going to do some exploration around what are some of those that are key to you that don't fit. And we'll do some practice with letting go of the attachments, of the core beliefs, or some, I don't know how core they may be, but beliefs that you hold in your being about what is the way of the world, how to survive in this world, how to be in this world, that aren't going to fit into the new world, so that we can allow for downloads to come in and reprogramming, new programming to come in that will align you with living in an era of peace. So let's go ahead and come into our prayer and healing circle. Let's come together sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure, unconditional love, sending this stream of pure, unconditional love into the center of our circle. And let's bring all of the parts of ourselves, as Neil Douglas Klotz likes to talk about, calling to the cacophony of yourselves to join you around wisdom's table, the holy table of wisdom. Let's join, let's call on all of ourselves, all of the parts of ourselves to join us in this circle of unconditional love. This is unconditional, means without judgment, means without fear, means without the conditions of lovable or not. But let everything come to be and exist within this circle that is filled with unconditional love, that is made of unconditional love, that is unconditional love. Love is love is love is love is love, and cannot be changed by anything we do or don't do, have or don't have, believe or don't believe. So invite all of the parts of yourself to come and to rest into the circle of unconditional love. And allow yourself to just be in a witness state. Take some breaths. Let's take some breaths into the heart center. And if it helps, you can put your hands over your heart. And just focus your breath in that space beneath your hands. Letting your heart space expand with your inhale and relax with your exhale. Allowing your heart space to expand and your whole chest space to expand with your inhale. And as you exhale, just let it come to rest, and let all of your own being come to rest also in your physical body. Inhale, expand your heart space. And exhale, just relax and release. And come to rest into your body. Come to rest into your heart and bring your focus, your attention to your heart center, right into the center of your heart. And to breathe this unconditional love into your heart center. And as you exhale, just let any of the tension or the clutter from that space that is not something that needs to be with you at this time, just let it release with your exhale. And let it go. And inhaling this unconditional love into your heart center. And exhale. Let it all go. And inhale this unconditional love in through your heart center and into your chest, and filling your chest as it expands more and more and more. And you can stretch your arms out and your neck and your rib cage, and just let everything expand and fill with unconditional love. And as you exhale, let it release and flow, and let your own being, your own sense of yourself come to rest inside your heart. Feeling your presence inside your heart. And you can make an audible vocal sigh or whatever sound you feel like you might want to make as you release and rest into your heart. And as you expand, any sounds that you want to make, that your heart wants to make, that your voice wants to make, any part of you wants to make, just welcome the sounds. Welcome the sounds along with your breath, and give vibration, give motion, give movement to your breath and your breathing of your body, and your breathing in the unconditional love. Just give it movement, give it sound, give it whatever it needs to create more spaciousness, or whatever it needs to flow more freely, whatever it needs to express itself in whatever way it wants to. Let that be a part of your experience today. And let's also, as we are here together in this circle of unconditional love, I'm having a little bit different experience than usual today, as I usually have us all face toward the center and face toward this hub at the center of the wheel and call on the divine light and unconditional love. I'm feeling today the unconditional love like an ocean that's filling this space, our entire container. And I'm feeling a sense of swimming in the ocean. So if this feels right for you, just allow yourself to feel yourself like swimming in this ocean, where you can breathe fully and completely and at the same time swim in these waters, these peaceful, gentle, soothing waters of unconditional love, and allow yourself to just be held in those waters. And to sometimes I feel like we're swimming in this ocean and trying not to get wet. We're swimming in the ocean of unconditional love and trying to protect ourselves from love, therefore trying to not get wet. But this is unconditional love that accepts all of the parts of you, no matter what. So see if you can allow yourself to rest into this unconditional love, to swim in this ocean, to move around freely in this ocean. Allow yourself to just float in the water and breathe it in and take it into your body. Let it be absorbed in through your pores. Let yourself be saturated like a sponge, breathing it into your body and allowing it to fill you. Letting yourself be playful and have movement and have voice and move around in this ocean, giving motion, giving vibration, swimming with it, playing with it, receiving it, being a part of it, and allowing it to be a part of you. Unconditional love. Unconditional love. Love is love is love. Regardless of what you may be holding in your consciousness, what memories may be hanging out in your body, what vibrations may be present, just let them all rest and float and play in this ocean of unconditional love. And if you want to physically get up from your space and move around, stretch or flow or swim, whatever wants to move for you, however you want to breathe, whatever sounds you want to make, allow yourself to have that as you breathe in this vibration of unconditional love, and you absorb this vibration of unconditional love into your pores, and the breath fills you on the inside, and the vibration absorbing into your pores fills you from the outside until the inside vibration meets the outside vibration. And there is only one vibration of unconditional love resonating through your body, through and through, from the inner to the outer, and from the outer to the inner, is breathing and swimming and playing in unconditional love. And breathing that breath, breathing that breath. And as you play in this water of unconditional love, just tune into your body. Tune into your consciousness wherever you feel guided to tune into. Let yourself be led there and bring your focus and attention there. And notice as you're swimming in this ocean of unconditional love, are there any places in you that are beginning to rise up or resist, that perhaps don't harmonize with the frequency of unconditional love? Perhaps they want to block the flow of unconditional love. Perhaps there's a sense of not trusting or not deserving, or something in your outer environment that is a part of your routine, your practice. I want to call it your religion. Religion is how we express our spirituality in our daily lives. There are bodies of religion, sects, S-E-C-T-S, of religion that get together and define laws around how they're going to construct their faith in their lives. But religion is really and truly how you live your beliefs in your life. So perhaps there are parts of your personal religion that are not aligning with unconditional love. So just notice what wants to come forward for you, what is illuminated for you as you swim in this ocean of unconditional love and breathe it into your body and absorb it into your skin. And it is the knowing also that resonates from the depths of your being, from the true core of yourself. Unconditional love is what made you and what you're made of. So let all of this come together and meet and resonate, and just notice, what is it that might be resisting? As I was sitting with this morning and this was coming in, one of the classic examples, I think, a number of us that come onto these calls are people who do various types of healing work and therapy work, personal development work, and a lot of us do it for a living. And a lot of us who do this for a living struggle with that sense of what to charge, what are my services worth, how do I deal with money in the realm of personal development and spirituality. A lot of issues around self-worth, around deserving, around taking too much. And in the world of unconditional love, these fears disappear. Because these fears come from a place of scarcity and lack. They come from a place of not deserving, not being lovable enough, not being good enough. So if you have any of those kind of voices that come up, let's just take whatever voices or pictures or anything that is coming up for you, let's just take that and pull that out and set it into the center of the circle. And I am going to reserve a center of the circle there as we're swimming around in this unconditional love. And let's place all of the voices and the pictures, the belief patterns that are coming up, place them into the center of the circle. You know, you're really faced with a lot of financial issues around the COVID era that we've been in, this period that we've been in. And there has been a lot of highlighting of inequality. And in the new era, there's no space for the inequality. There have been a lot of questions about who deserves and who doesn't. There have been a lot of questions. There's a lot of people that are like making more money and getting wealthier, and a lot of people who are making less money and getting poorer. And it seems like a great divide and disparity between the two. And this whole construct has no place in the new era of peace. So this whole construct that we feel so tied into, that sometimes it feels almost impossible to imagine how to get by in this world without a financial construct and the way it rewards people and the way it withholds from people, the way it allows some people to be managed, if you will. and others to manage. That whole construct, let's just pull that out. And this one is probably one that'll take more than one time of listening to this. But any place where this construct is interwoven into your consciousness, let's invite this to make its way out and put it into the center of the circle. The haves, the have-nots, the deserves and the deserve not, the worthy, the unworthy, the fair and the just, and the unfair, the unjust. Let's pull that all out and place it into the center of the circle in this concentration of unconditional love. All of these places of conditions, we place them into the center with the unconditional. And breathe and breathe and breathe. And I have a sense that this is still pulling and releasing things from you. And as that is, let yourself just be in a witness state with it and breathing in this unconditional love and resting your body into this ocean of unconditional love. We're going to take time after we pull this out. We're going to take some time and welcome in new ideas, new belief patterns that are going to support the world of unconditional. So know that it's okay to let go for now, and if the new ones don't work for you, you can always call this back in. And just let it go, let it go, let it go. And if your mind wants to say, yeah, but, just invite your mind to be in the witness state. Invite your mind to come in to be of service to the unconditional love. But first it needs to witness and observe what the unconditional love needs. So let it be in that state of observing, witnessing, inquiry. Let this be an inquiry. And if there are any other places of any other constructs that you feel called and moved to release right now, just release that into the center of the circle. And let's call on the angels and let's call on our source in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your prophets, your saints, your perfected ones, your holy ones, your angels, your guides, your healers, your helpers, your teachers, all who are here to help and support us on our journey to healing, to health, to wholeness, to unconditional love, peace, and unity. And we call on all of you and we ask for your help and support in releasing from us anything and everything that is ready to release, that will not support us in the new era of peace, so that we can begin to move now. Move now into this era of peace and unconditional love, so that we can clearly see the path forward as we are walking through this transition in this 3D world. We ask you to take and release all of those from us. Release, 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 and just breathe in this unconditional love. And as you exhale, just blow out any of the things that are trying to release, that want to release, that are ready to release, and allow them to go. Allow them to go. These are attachments that are not serving us in the new era. They gave us a sense of security in the old era. They gave us a sense of survival patterning that said this is how the world works and what you need to do in order to live in this world. There's a lot of that doesn't fit in the new world. So be willing, and this doesn't mean that you're not going to go through some of the motions while you're still here in this world as we are transitioning. You will. But the belief patterns, the perspectives, the way that we hold things, the way that we believe about them can be shifting. It can release a lot of the things that we've been attached to and open to new ways. Well, let your mind be in an inquiry and in a witnessing. Let your heart be filled with unconditional love and releasing, allowing your angels, your healers, your helpers, your guides, your teachers, allowing them all to help and support you as you release. Release the old ways, release the old beliefs, release the old patterning, the old template, the old computer operating system. All of those bits of your memory and your cellular consciousness, let this vibration of unconditional love come into those places and teach those places about love and peace, about compassion, about unity. And as you exhale, let it release from you and allow yourself to drop more fully into the unconditional love, into the ocean of unconditional love. Letting yourself come to rest. Letting yourself be lighter and lighter and lighter. And release into this ocean of unconditional love. Al-Wadud, the unconditional love. Wadud, the unconditional love. And if you've been here for a while and listening for a while, I'm sure you've heard me talk about the bridge between the worlds, and compassion is a bridge between the worlds. When we are feeling separate from someone or something or anyone, anything, when we can find compassion in our hearts, compassion takes us from separation into a place of connection, into a place of understanding, of caring for our brothers and sisters, and of all species, of everything on the planet. And brings us into a harmony with each other, a oneness with each other, a caring for each other, a seeing each other as a part of ourselves. This is the bridge between the worlds. And the name for the womb, which comes from the divine name Rahim, Arham, Rahim, is also a name for compassion. Compassion comes from the same root as the word womb. And when we are coming into a new birth, we are in a womb. We are always in a womb, as this entire existence exists within the womb of compassion. And as we bridge between the worlds and come into a rebirthing of ourselves, we are held in a womb of compassion. Rahman, Rahim. And if you break down the name of compassion into its sound codes, sacred sound codes, Ra, Ra is the ray of light. The H in the middle is the breath of spirit. The M sound is the fluid existence and the n in the noon sound is the manifestation. So from the ray of light through the breath of spirit into the fluid existence and into the manifestation, we are always being born and reborn through the womb of compassion. So as you breathe and rest into this unconditional love, let's also call in that divine name of compassion, Rahman, ray of light through the breath of spirit into the fluid existence and into the manifestation, Rahman, to help us with our transition and our rebirth. The divine compassion, Rahman, Rahman. And let these sacred sound codes move through your body and help you to move through the birth and rebirth process from the ray of light, Ra, through the breath of spirit, H, into the fluid existence, Man, and into the manifestation, Rahman, the divine compassion that births you into existence and rebirths you and rebirths you and rebirths you into new evolutions of yourself, and is rebirthing our entire consciousness into a new evolution of peace, compassion, unity, unconditional love. Ar-Rahman. Rahman. And you can play with these sacred sound codes, bringing these sound codes into your body and letting the vibration of these sound codes resonate their frequencies through your body and inviting your body to attune to the frequencies of the sound codes of Rahman, Ra, the Ra sound. And let's just take a minute and play with each one of these individually. Let yourself just feel that Ra, the R sound in your body, in any of those places that feel like they need some extra care and attention, either for letting go or for receiving new information. Just bring that raw sound in there, the raw sound, that ray of light, and let the light come in and touch into that place inside your body. And breathe with that. Breathe, and if your body wants to move, let your body have movement to let the energies expand and unwind and release. And letting the new energies and the new knowings come in. And the new knowings may emerge from within your core because they're already contained inside of you. They're already contained inside of you. This reminds me of something I read in Neil Douglas Klotz's book. Let me pull that up and read this for you. It says, this is about moving into these kinds of transitions, these kinds of transformations. And it says, she said, first, flashes of lightning from an unknown horizon. First, flashes of lightning from an unknown horizon. Then rays of light showing the path ahead. First flashes of lightning from an unknown horizon, then rays of light showing the path ahead. Finally, light all around, the full brilliance revealed only to those who turn their senses inward. Only to those who turn their senses inward. And that's from a quote from Al-Qushayri, one of the Sufi mystics from long ago. And that is, I'm reading that from Neil Douglas Klotz's book, The Sufi Book of Life. First flashes of lightning from an unknown horizon, then rays of light showing the path forward, the path ahead. Finally, light all around, the full brilliance revealed, only to those who turn their senses inward. So bring this the ray of light into your being, and let it bring the flashes of light, of lightning, it says, actually. Bring those flashes of lightning to shine on those unknown horizons within you. The places within you that are saying, hey, here's a new horizon, ready to be illuminated. And then the rays of light showing the path ahead, lighting up that space. And then finally, the fullness of the light all around, revealing the full brilliance. Only to those who turn their senses inward, bringing the light. And then into that place, the H, the sound, the H sound, the H. Bringing that H sound, the sound, the breath of spirit. And again, you're connected with and calling on your source and all of the angels and helpers, bringing in that breath of spirit to breathe onto that illuminated place within you, breathing that breath of spirit to shine the light and breathe the knowledge of your source and the wisdom of your source into the places that are being illuminated, giving knowledge, giving wisdom, giving new life force, and breathing that newness into, and again, well, let's stay with the H for just a little bit longer, staying with that sound, bringing that in, and tune into your body. Does your body want to move? Does your body want to move and open and expand? Do some of your energies want to unwind? Do you want to welcome in and forward new vibrations from inside of yourself? What wants to move? Allow it to move, allow it to breathe, allow it to unwind, allow it to swim. Swim in the ocean of unconditional love. That breath, that ray of light and the breath of a spirit, giving life force, giving consciousness, giving knowledge into that place of illumination. Letting yourself breathe and move with that. And then let's bring in the sound, the M. M like Mary. The M sound, and bringing that M. In Hebrew, the word for water is mem, and in the Arabic, the M is the fluid existence, and the ma is the potential of the fluid existence. Bringing in that fluid existence, bringing all of that illumination, enlivened by the breath of spirit, given life and consciousness by the breath of spirit, and bringing it into the fluid existence to exist in the fluid form in this ocean that we live in the ocean that is within you, in the ocean that you are within, breathing it into the fluid existence and into your ocean, into your consciousness. The new illumination and the consciousness and the knowledge within this new illumination coming into fluid existence in your ocean. And again, letting that M sound go to wherever it wants to go in your body, giving your body breath and movement into that space, letting that humming vibration of the sound. If you direct that vibration, it brings it's a really, I find it to be a really powerful vibration to introduce into your inner ocean. Your body is at least 70% water. And when you introduce sound into water, it creates the vibration in the water, which creates ripple through the water. So as you bring these sounds into your inner ocean, into your body, let it create vibrations and ripples in your inner ocean, and let your body have breath and expansion and movement. Let your body flow with those ripples. Let the energies and the old patterning that's been stuck in your consciousness, let it have new movement. And for that which doesn't resonate with the eternal divine compassion and the unconditional love, it will ripple out and release. And the new vibrations, which are all contained within you in your internal knowing, they will emerge and be brought forward as new birth, new consciousness awaiting to be rebirthed and become a part of your fluid existence within your inner ocean, illuminated, given knowledge and wisdom. Well, the knowledge and wisdom has been there, but it's bringing it into your consciousness within your ocean, giving it full existence in your fluid ocean. And then the N sound in like Nancy. And then the N sound in like now. This is the meaning of the nun, and the sound of the N is manifestation. So from the fluid, bringing it into the fluid existence in your ocean and into manifestation in your world, in your thought world, in your feeling world, in your energy vibration world, your etheric world, and in your physical world. Bringing all of this newness of life from the new illumination, given consciousness and knowledge through a breath of spirit, breathed into the fluid existence, and given manifestation into your world, a rebirth, birthing you from the womb of divine compassion into a new evolution of yourself to harmonize and resonate with this new era of unconditional love and peace and unity. And let's take a moment again and call on your source, a source that is the all-knowing of all time and space, and ask for if there are any insights that want to come in to help your mind to understand how you might function, or how our new era, how our world might function in this new era. And to let your mind be open and just witness what comes through, what might be different in the new era, and how might it change? And take a moment and breathe with that. Breathe with that and let yourself, let it drop in for you and inform you. And let yourself absorb the knowledge from the inner ocean of unconditional love. Unconditional love knows how it is able to flow freely and expand. So let it inform you. Whether it's in the era of finances or self-love, relationships, sustainability, world peace, or your own oneness with your source, whatever you have offered to the center of the circle, just see if there's something new that wants to come through. A new knowledge of how to operate in the world. One of the things that came for me around the financial piece, and this comes quite often actually, is to fully, completely trust that everyone is given more than what they need in order to realize within themselves true fulfillment. The fulfillment that we have been brought here to seek and to receive. We have more than enough. And it's important to know that regardless of what we do or do not do, or whether we've earned or achieved, or regardless of anything we may have felt about ourselves in the past, the provision is there, and it's not something that you have to earn or be worthy of. It is already there for you and destined for you. And it is exactly what you need and more. There is enough, and you are enough. There is enough, and you are enough. And when we can recognize that we have enough and a little more, and we can share with our brothers and sisters, and we can give from our hearts without fear, and care for each other and support each other, the entire world flourishes and becomes full with love, full with compassion, full with beauty. And there is more than enough, and more than enough for everyone. And the systems that have kept us locked into scarcity and lack, those systems of ownership and hoarding and profiting off of the earth, they're crumbling. And they will continue to crumble because they don't have a place in the new era. And for those of us who are already doing the work of being in the place of just recognizing and feeling and experiencing the abundance and the flow and the love and the compassion and the caring and the unity, knowing that it doesn't come from us. We're not the creators. And there is abundant provision when we receive and give in a free-flowing continuous motion of giving and receiving, that we all have more than enough. And I just have this vision of just gardens with this free flow of giving and receiving. Giving and receiving and giving and receiving is flowing through everything, just nourishing everything, hydrating everything, everything turning green and flourishing, and abundance of flowers and fruits and vegetables and everything, and more than enough than any of us could possibly need, and all of us being held and filled. And the air being clean, and the water being clean, and everything being beautiful. Everything being beautiful. So if that one supports you and helps you, I invite you to rest into that ocean, or allow that to vibrate and resonate in your ocean. And just let yourself take in, let your mind, your body, your heart, all of the parts of you take in whatever you have received for illumination for yourself. And I'll invite you to share when we open up for the Q&A. But I invite you right now to really receive it into yourself and into your consciousness. Let it be anchored in. And how do we anchor in what we receive is through gratitude. So turn your heart in gratitude to your source and to all of the angels and the healers and the helpers who have supported you today and continue to support you on your life journey. Just feeling the gratitude and letting the knowing anchor into your consciousness, into every cell, and resonate from your core all the way through your body to the outer, to be the change you are excited to see in the world. The new era of peace, unconditional love, unity. All right, and with that, I'm going to open for the Q&A, and I'll end the recording. If you're listening to the recording, I invite you to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find information for joining the call at joyfullylivingwellness.com, joyfullylivingwellness.com. While you're there, pick up your copy of the 10 Spiritual Principles of Our Human Existence. It's a one sheet that tells you the truth of who and what we are and what this world is about, has been about. And it comes with a guided meditation that you can download and use as a part of your daily practice to help you to connect in with the divine light, the unconditional love, and the eternal compassion within your own being to be the change you wish to see in the world. All right, and with that, I end the recording and open for the Q&A. Thank you very much.